Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nicole says a profound farewell after leaving Salem with Holly, and Teresa looks for solace in Brady's arms. In the first part of the day, Brady and Alex bring a still high Teresa home. At the point when they keep her from leaving, she develops profound about Tate. She finds the rosary Eric gave her and vents about the hypocritical previous cleric prior to guiding her anger at Brady and Alex. She turns out to be so irritated she breaks the rosary. Steve meets Constantine as he leaves the pub. The smarmy Greek realizes Steve lied about never visiting his old neighborhood of Aria. Steve asks what improvement it makes. Constantine inquires as to whether he knew about the pawn. Steve sits there in contemplation outside the pub. Constantine makes a pointed comment behind him. Kate is seated at the bedside of a battered Lucas as Harris rushes to the prison hospital. Lucas awakens as Kate attacks Harris for jeopardizing her child. At the medical clinic, Maggie finds Eric imploring at Holly's bedside. Maggie finds ironically she's given a large portion of her life to remaining sober and helping other people stay sober, yet she's watched medications and liquor guarantee her little girl summer and put her granddaughter in a state of unconsciousness. Eric adds that he took her child's life while driving alcoholic. For the good of Holly's and Daniel, Maggie realized she needed to excuse him. She cries in his arms. More, Susan Seaforth Hayes sends message of thanks. At the clinic, Maggie and Eric dismally look down at Holly, who is connected to a breathing cylinder. EJ enters Holly's bedroom as Nicole packs her suitcase. EJ inquires as to whether Nicole's certain she doesn't maintain that he should come to Italy. Nicole realizes his work is significant and that he will guarantee those vendors never hurt Holly or any other individual from now on. EJ and Nicole join Maggie and Eric in Holly's emergency clinic room. EJ reports the helicopter will be there soon to take Nicole and Holly to the Dimera fly. They will be in Rome by dusk. Maggie says a mournful farewell to her granddaughter, and Eric requests that Nicole keep him refreshed. Nicole advises Eric to appreciate each second with his son. The message that the helicopter has landed reaches EJ. Alone with Holly and Nicole, EJ promises to get equity in his stepdaughter's name. More, why Torres absent from Chicago PD. In Holly's clinic room, EJ puts a hand on the lethargic high schooler's head. Nicole puts her heartfelt hand on his arm while she is standing next to him. At the jail, Lucas describes getting bounced in the yard for asking some unacceptable individuals too many wrong inquiries. They are informed by Harris that the Salem PD may have a dirty cop. Frustrated, Kate proceeds with her rant against Harris for returning an objective on Lucas. She tells him to immediately get Lucas out. Harris walks away to make a phone call. More, is Teresa the upcoming departure from Salem? With a raised temple, Alex puffs his chest to a glaring Brady. Somewhere far off, Teresa sits on the lounge chair, focusing on rosary dabs. At the loft, a crushed Teresa sinks to the floor, getting the rosary dots. Brady gets her water, and the men help her to the lounge chair. In private, Alex suggests to Brady that he buy her a drink, similar to what he used to do for his high school friends to calm them down. Brady says that is the last thing Teresa needs. Alex can't simply sit idle. Exasperated, Brady advises him to leave then. Alex brings up it's his place and his sweetheart. Brady apologizes, yet expects Teresa is upset since she doesn't feel she can be her most terrible self around Alex. He suggests that she requires coffee, dark chocolate, and donuts. Alex hesitantly leaves to get those things as Brady watches out for a shaky Teresa. Steve tries to act cool outside the pub, but Constantine is aware that the pawn was a significant part of Victor's life and, by extension, his own. The pawn was only a name until he saw his eyes. Constantine will always remember those eyes. In any case, he actually doesn't have the foggiest idea about his personality and requests Steve let him know what his identity is. More, off-screen EJL get together. In the jail clinic, Lucas wears a clinic outfit and a nasal oxygen tube. A slice stretches out down his brow to his swollen eye. More injuries pepper his face. At the point when Harris gets back to Lucas and Kate, he reports Lucas must be delivered, assuming he gives proof that can be utilized in court. In spite of Lucas' tips prompting 2 fruitful assaults, they didn't prompt the source. There's nothing Harris can do aside from guarantee Lucas' well-being. Kate laughs at his vacant commitment. Harris requests a brief period. He will fix this. A gatekeeper illuminates Harris. Somebody is hanging tight for him in the guest's room. Alex stops a passing Maggie in the square, however she's not in that frame of mind since she just expressed farewell to Holly. Alex tells her Teresa got high, and he's truly stressed over her. Maggie is pleased that Alex sought assistance from Brady. Alex realizes it was a decent call, however he considers what he does when Teresa's recovered. He is advised by Maggie to support, be kind, and not judge her, and to encourage her to attend meetings. Maggie expresses she's there for Teresa, and for him as well. At the condo, a clear-headed and humiliated Teresa can't completely accept that she surrendered every one of her long periods of temperance. She's let everybody down. Brady guarantees her that is not the situation, yet she doesn't think she merits anybody's adoration or regard. She's attempted to change, however she's done a few truly terrible things. She cries that she's a terrible individual, and Brady has to know that. Teresa begs Brady not to tell Tate that she relapsed after turning that comment down. He guarantees he will not. He is aware that she will fight back for herself as well as her son. Resting up against Brady on the love seat, she thinks about things exploding among them and says thanks to him for as yet being her companion. She kisses him. Alex returns, glaring. More, Eric Martsolf talks that kiss with Teresa. Teresa and Brady kiss. Nicole and EJ follow a methodical who carries Holly to the emergency clinic hall. Somewhere out there, an agonizing Eric looks as EJ says farewell to Nicole. After Nicole and Holly get on the lift, Eric silently leaves EJ. EJ glances around, despondent. Outside the bar, Steve yells at Constantine that there's nothing he can inform him regarding the pawn. Constantine knows he's concealing something. Tell me, he shouts. Steve snatches him by the coat. You have driven me excessively far, elderly person. Maggie runs up, thinking about what's happening. In the jail guest's room, Harris tenses when Clyde presents himself. Clyde simply needed to have a visit about recent developments in Salem. Like what has been going on with Lucas Horton. Isn't that a damn shame? In the Days of Our Lives recap for Wednesday, January 17, 2024, Xander and Sarah shared a fiery and harrowing moment as Sarah finally moved into Xander's home. Days of Our Lives recap features. Likewise, Steve and Kayla set up an evening gathering that Everett crashed. Tripp and Wendy shared their amusing concept for a fundraiser for Valentine's Day. Harris battled for Ava. In the meantime, Stefan attempted to stop Harris and Ava in emotional design. How about we dive into the subtleties of what went down? Moving in day. Sarah, Lindsay Godfrey, at last moved in with Xander, Paul Telfer. He wasn't, despite the fact that he gave the impression of being enraged by Sarah's numerous boxes, which included her sudden collection of gnomes. He adored that Sarah and Victoria moved in with him. As a result, they were able to continue acting extremely flirtatious with one another. See the exclusive interview with Lindsay and Paul here. Afterward, the two worked through how to manage their overflow of stuff. They consented to scale down, short Xander's kilt trunk and Sarah's Xander box. Those two things needed to remain. Before the two went to their spaces for the evening, Xander snatched Sarah's arm. Moment flashes lighted and the two calm in a warmed kiss among the cases. They quickly left their heated kiss behind. They defended things since they didn't move in together to reunite. They moved in so the two of them could be near Victoria, and that is the thing they needed to keep in mind. Abnormal evening gathering, take 2. One more day, one more endeavor at an evening gathering. Fortunately, this one went more flawlessly than Sloane and Eric's. In point of fact, the group actually sat down to eat. That is progress.